This
Comfortable?
conference will now be
Yes, madam.
recorded.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
So, good morning, all of you. I welcome to fifth day first session. Now, I would like to invite Dr. D. Lakshmi madam to deliver his presentation regarding this machine learning algorithms. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Today morning session is all about education 4.0 and emotional intelligence. The post lunch session is on two different topics: explainable AI and subsequently model compression techniques. So it's going to become larger duration of session with me, but however, four different topics I will be addressing today. Definitely, you will be enjoying at least one or other session. So I can assure that you will have a lot of visual treats also. So let me start sharing the screen. Then let us go one by one. First topic of discussion is education 4.0. So what is all about education 4.0? It is relevant both for student and faculty. So future of education, how it is going to become, that is what all about our today's discussion. Hope so my screen is also visible with the slide education 4.0 with one animated figure. Any one of you kindly acknowledge me. My audio is comfortable and the visual is comfortable. The visual slide is education 4.0. Kindly text me either in the uh, terms of a chat or unmute yourself. You can answer to me. Then I can proceed further. Any one of you, please unmute yourself. Or you can use chat window. I am looking at your chat window. Is the screen is visible? Any one of you kindly acknowledge visible. Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes,
let
madam.
us yes, thank you. Now let us move forward. What is education 4.0? If any one of you heard of this word, any one of you aware of this word, yes or no? Just I'm not even asking what is the definition or what is all about. Yes or no question. So education 4.0, are you aware or not? You need to type yes or no. If you find difficulty, type n y or n. No, yeah, that's fine. You can type
No,
why or
madam.
no. Yeah, fine. No, fantastic. So that's enough. So just I wanted to have a fair idea so that I can proceed with further. So what is all about education 4.0 is the suitability of education to the need of industry 4.0. So people are pronouncing it as 4.0 or industry 4.0 or education 4.0 or 4.0. There are different way people are pronouncing. I'm not sure about which is right. So let us stick to industry 4.0. Most of the industry guys tend to use 4.0. I used to say 4.0 because when it is version will be zero point 0 only, never in the alphabetical order. So that I would address it about industry 4.0. Sorry, education 4.0. Now, very first, whatever it is, education of first version, second version, third version, fourth version, even people are working on about fifth version also. So let it be. Fifth version is possible only when 5G technology. You all know about, we are started with 1G, 2G spectrum, 3G spectrum. Now we are partially enjoying 4G spectrum. So 4G need to be upgraded to the 5G. The moment 5G arrives, only we can think of education 5.0. Till then, it is not at all possible. Impossible, I can say. That's fine. Whatever may be the transformation of education, however may be the transformation of education, we all, the foundation is same. What is teaching? What is learning? It is going to become same. So we are all either teacher or learner. So either we may be pursuing PhD, MTech, whatever, or BTech. If we are yeah, the participants are of either belongs to teacher community or learner community. We must know the definition of what exactly teaching, what exactly learning, not the rote learning way definition, the exact way, what is the meaning of teaching and learning. First, I would like to start with learning. because every teacher is a learner, learner is also a learner. They also partially play a role of teacher, whether they interact with their friends, or in future they will be going for presentation, whether the person is of industry guy or academician, they need to give presentation, they need to groom others, they need to teach others. In the span of their lifetime, definitely everyone will be a teacher. So before that, everyone will be a learner. Learning can be defined as a change in behavior. What they a psychologist, anthropologist, brain specialist, they say is learning is meant for change in behavior. What is the change in behavior? Change, upgradation of the knowledge, upgradation of the skill, upgradation of their aptitude, attitude, all together only. Not the way of telling the behavior means behave properly, not in that behavior sense. So change in behavior, there must be change in their skill level, or there must be change in their knowledge level, or there must be their change in their aptitude, change in their attitude. All together only it is termed as change in behavior. As a result of experience, how change in behavior will happen? We need to experience. Either we need to read and experience, or we need to learn and experience, or we need to listen to people and experience, or we need to do things and experience. Reading also can make anyone to gain experience. Listening also can make anyone to gain experience. And writing also can make anyone to experience. By doing also can make anyone to become experience. This is what learning. So now let us go for teaching. Teaching includes all activities. Teaching has sphere of activities, starting from curriculum setting, syllabus preparation, material preparation, learning activity, planning for learning activity, classroom management, classroom session delivery, etc., etc. So many question paper setting, and you can think of any number of activities. It can be anything. The number of activities can be 1 minute. Number of activities can be anything. There are member unmuted, so I am trying to mute. That's all. Okay. Finally, to provide education through interaction, the role of the teacher is to provide education through constant interaction, either formal interaction, informal interaction, face-to-face interaction, or it can be of what to say, online interaction, in any mode of interaction. Finally, teachers' role is to making learners to stand on their own feet. They should able to survive for the bread and butter at least. They should able to live better. They should able to start something better. They should able to contribute something to the society. That's all. So this is what the definition or the fulfillment of understanding learner and teacher, the role of learning, the role of teaching. So with that, let me start. So by the time people may arrive quickly, so assuming that the people all would have joined today, let us move towards the next. This is what Industry 4.0, what it's all about. Intelligent edge nodes, everything automated. Look at here. Right now, we can look at some of things automated. I can say 20, especially I am talking about Indian scenario. We can say less than 20% only automated. Things are automated. Less than 20%. That also I am putting in the greater percentage. So 80% of stuff need to be automated. Industry 4.0 believes that at least 1/3 of whatever the industrial setup or business or education. Education is also industry. It is educational industry. For medical industry, be it any industry, they demand to be automated. At least 1/3 of their business setup, 1/3 of their industry. That is called industrial automation, smart industry, cyber physical system, machine to machine communication, machine to human communication. These all are the attempt people are aiming to fetch it towards Industry 4.0. So now we all need to think about how we are going to fit in for the Industry 4.0. That is all about Education 4.0. Education 4.0 is not only for teachers. not only for students. It's meant for both teachers and students. So that's what we are going to talk about for another 45 minutes, I can say. Subsequently, we are touching upon the other topic called emotional intelligence. So if you look at universal analog input, robotics and motion control, condition-based monitoring, smart automation, this picture itself, robot and cobot. What is robot? You all know. There are several movies you would have watched having robot. That is for sure. But what is all about cobot? Two different robot working together as a team. How human, you and me, work as a team. You will be submitting a report or your project as a team. And similarly, I will be preparing a report as a team with my colleagues. So we all work in a team as a human, either as a teacher or as a student, or sometimes we do project both combine the student and teacher also. Any competition we are going to submit or any kind of research also we will be doing together. That all termed as teamwork for the human. Similarly, the machine or the robots together, when it starts communicating, working collaboratively, that is called cobot. Multiple robots will work collaboratively. The moment it starts working collaboratively, it is termed as cobots. So this is what the definition for robot and cobot. Here I am pointing out, this is where I am trying to explain. So this robot and the cobot are going to be the future. So now let us move on to the next step. Hope so. What is Industry 4.0 all about? You can understand, irrespective of the branch, whether you belong to electronics or you belongs to electrical, mechanical, civil or computer science, whatever may be, everything need to be automated. So finally, I can say Industry 4.0 demands the skill of computer literacy. This we can say it is the era of computer. Industry 4.0 otherwise can be said as era of computing, era of computing. So for now, other department we say that it is not my bread and butter. I want to focus on the core. I know only what is devices. I know only what is machines. Mechanical people, they will talk about machineries. Electronics people, they will be talking about devices. Electrical guys, they will be talking about electrical systems or grid system, power systems. But nowadays, nothing can survive without these all. So yeah, how it is going to become automated, people are working it out, figuring it out. So slowly it is more, the momentum has started. Industry 4.0 would have been postponed little later. But because of this COVID situation, it's speeded up. Because things need to work in remotely or virtually, things are becoming digitized because of this social distancing or lockdown, whatever may be the situation. Now the momentum picked up. People expected it may start from 2021, but 2020 itself, that inclination have come. Nowadays, teachers are not teacher, professors are not professor. Remote professors, remote teacher. Remote officer, remote chef. We can call them as a remote chef, remote officer. Because they're remotely connected with their wards. So this is what the first step we all stepped in to this different paradigm. We would have not thought that everything will go in virtual. Even yearly once attending webinars both by the teacher or students may happen rarely. Yearly you may attend maybe 5 webinar, 5 virtual workshop or 5 online presentation, not more than that. So that level we were. Now how it is happening? Face to face is happening only 5 times. Only for examination you guys are coming, or for something submission or crucial activities you are all coming. So this is what the scenario have changed. Similarly, Industry 4.0, no matter any moment it will be in front of us. So now what is the thing we all need to be ready for suitable to this? Especially the momentum has started when you guys are graduated or presently those who are student, teachers need to empower them for the suitability of the future. Now I'm not telling job skill, they need to live, they need to survive, they need to lifelong travel. So we need to empower them suitable to that future. So future is of this. So we are only years going to become matter. 2030 in education 5.0, industry 5.0, complete automation it is going to become. So first 4.0 is attempted, 3/4 of automation. then subsequent version have not defined. So by the time it would be something different. So this is what the set stage or tone for today's session. Understanding what is education 4.0. It is by this time everything articulated the previous slide itself. uh, Impacting education or learning by the learner or teachers, anything suitable to the aligning ourselves, both the teachers and the students community, aligning ourselves suitable to the need of fourth industrial revolution. That's all, nothing more. So what is all about smart technology? The moment we say smart technology, artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, etc. AR, VR, mixed reality, these are all. I will shortly address about cyber physical system. Things, machines are going to become automated or connected with the industry, means internet. The moment it is connected with the internet, it will start communicating with the cyber means internet. Physical means anything. It could be a human or animal or a object or a thing. These starts communicating each other, start having a sensation to each other. So that is what cyber physical system. Otherwise, we can call it as Internet of Things also. Interchangeable words only, those two are. Research by McKinsey Digital, they are trying to figure it out. 60% of all occupations could potentially have at least a third of their activities automated. So all the occupations are going to, that is what I said without percentage, 3 by 4th. I said it's a 75%, they are telling 60%. So it is demanding. They are going for automation. Nowadays, you can notice Google, IBM, TCS, everybody announced work from home style. They accepted that how things can be automated, how things can be monitored, how works are measured, how the outputs or deliverables are measured, how it is quantified. So people are attempting for automating that also. Similarly, the moment we step into Industry 4.0, everything need to be automated, shifting the focus from teaching to the learning. In this education 4.0, not asking, questioning about how good the teacher is teaching, how good the teacher is making the students to learn. That is what they are aiming for. How good teacher is making students to learn. This is the role of teacher. What is the role of student? You should not talk about how the teacher is teaching. The teacher is teaching this good, that good. She is not right, she is worst. Not all about how good you are learning, how much you are learning. This is what education 4.0 all about. So it is towards learning focus, learner focus. The very first is called accelerated remote learning, part of education 4.0. Students may be thinking because of this corona only teaching is going virtual. I'm not interested. I'm not suitable to this style. Even students are telling, no, it is not, we are not interested with this all. We don't like this kind of teaching. We are not able to understand. They are telling, raising their voice. I do agree, but future is of this only. Because the moment industry sets a benchmark 4.0, it's a kind of pride moment for them. They have their own regulations, bodies, and government regulations, control forums they have. So they are all percolated by them. So every other what to say, the setup need to abide their regulations. By the time everything is going to become automated, so there is no point of corona or whatever. So it was expected, but slightly preponed. That much only we can say. So the remote functionality, everyone need to adapt. Adaptability is expected more from the teacher end, more from the student end. So the resistance, no more it will work out. If you say that I'm not capable of learning from virtual, I don't like this virtual teaching, teacher is not doing well through virtual, whatever teachers may be telling, I doesn't like this mode of teaching. I like only the way of traditional orthodox way of teaching. The moment we all say, slowly we are away from these all regulatories. Slowly we will be out of the game. So that is the only caution I can say. So we need to adapt and we need to try. Not telling this and sitting aside, isolating ourselves. Never it will work out. So in future, it is unavoidable. We all are bound to listen, bound to undergo these kind of things. That is for sure. So this is the message I'm giving both for teachers community and the students community. Either of us we cannot tell, but difficulty will be there because we are all transiting from our traditional mode to this online mode. Any teacher, the moment they look at the camera, they will be afraid. Till today, I'm retaining my first, actually, I can say that my first 3 videos I have deleted from my YouTube channel. But what is the problem I faced is something different. The very first video of just 6 minutes, I'm retaining till date. You just go and watch the quality of that video. Utter waste. Because the moment I started looking at the camera, I became afraid. That 6 minutes video also, I have taken 4 takes to 5 takes. That fifth take only I felt satisfactory. That fifth take only I started releasing. That also, the latest video of my own YouTube channel, you go and look around 135 videos I'm having. Go and look at the last video. That gap we need to fill up. It's a kind of friction. We ourselves we feel friction within us. So that I have conquered in the 2016, 2015 itself. My YouTube channel started 2014, but 1 year, one YouTube video only I will release, not more than that. All of a sudden, one mood will come. I'll sit and do one video and I will release. That's all. Nothing more I will do. Just I wanted to know how YouTube is working. Out of that curiosity only, I have started channel. Till date, there is no big craze on my YouTube channel. It's a kind of pride. It is another feather on my cap. That's all. So I'm just keeping kind of pride, not for other focuses. So that practice is required. That friction will be there for everyone. That is what the message I want me to say. That 4 to 5 years, 2016, now 20, how much I would have attempted through online. I have conducted online sessions. So those all made me to feel confident. Similarly, for the students also, you all tune to that kind of listening. That all your cues means while learning, lot of cues recovered. The teacher's facial expression, the teacher's way of articulation, the teacher's way of movement, all together your brain started learning. So that is a pattern your brain likes for. But all of a sudden we are changing. You may not even see the face of the teacher nowadays. Face is essential, even though it is virtual teaching. I recommend strongly we need to appeal at least with a decent amount of appearance. We should have the ambience and we need to appear, if not to the 100%, at least first 5 minutes we need to address them through video. At least when the emotional connect is recorded, we need to switch on our camera. This is a message I'm telling for the teacher. Similarly, students also, whenever you are giving answer to your teachers, you need to put on your camera. So that is where we need to overcome all the frictions. There are certain tricks. Even though it is virtual, there are certain tricks. Without that trick, you can't learn. Without that trick, teacher cannot learn. So those tricks we need to understand. Then it becomes comfortable. So we don't want to talk virtually. We don't want to switch on our camera, then nothing else will happen. So through this PPT alone, nothing else will happen. So we need to combine with the emotional connect also. Teacher also tries to attempt the emotional connect with the student. The way of connecting with the students, something they need to attempt. Similarly, students also need to connect with the teachers. So that is where excitement will come. That is where the connectivity will come. The moment the connectedness happens, learning and teaching happens automatically. When there is no connectedness, everything will become waste. Just gadget is listening, gadget is presenting. Gadget to gadget communication only will happen, or internet to internet communication. There is no human to human communication could exist. So that is the way we need to slightly change. What is this accelerated learning demands is this accelerated learning. See, like this, we need to give you a cue. We need to give visual cue. We need to write, or we need to give you a pointer, or we need to ask questions. Either to teacher need to ask question or student need to ask questions. That is where the thrive will be there in the online mode. Now this says that enable learning anytime, anywhere. Nowadays that culture has come. Even we do have classes for students after 5 o'clock. See, since today I'm held up with this session, I'll be postponing. Either I'll be handling classes by 5 to 6 or my own comfortable time. So that level we reached as the e-learning tools, anywhere as the e-learning tools. E-learning tool is unavoidable and applications will provide opportunities for remote self-paced learning. So every one of us, we need to adapt remote learning and self-paced learning. This is what the message given for Education 4.0. The role of classrooms will change. 1 minute. Again, somebody unmuted. The role of classrooms will change, wherein theoretical knowledge will be explained outside of the classroom. This we need to understand very well. The future of education, they say that students need to learn all the theoretical knowledge outside. Right now, this semester it is happening in our institution. All the theory, so far now we were connected with our students and we were teaching theory. Now students are invited to the institution only for this practical knowledge, but this is not appropriately we are doing, but for the sake of completing the syllabus only we are doing. But what exactly this education 4.0 says is theoretical knowledge to be given remotely and through flipped learning, need to be given technology enabled learning, all the practical interaction, clarifying doubts. So far now, we need to address through real time, face to face learning. Classroom is not for giving the definition, giving the example, giving the applications under, not at all. Right now we are wasting both the productivity of teacher and the students through this kind of a small component of discussion, very tiny component. All of us we know to read English, then what is the need of defining what is motor, what is electricity? Not required. That is what they are demand. Maybe this all foundation 1 semester or 2 semesters first year we can impact, not for all the time. So all the theoretical knowledge need to be gained outside of the classroom. When they step into the inside of the classroom, it has to become uh, practical or hands-on or activity based. So that is what they mean to say. Now I switch over to the next presentation. Again I will come back to the same presentation. So this I have prepared long back. How about this should come? Exactly 4 years ago I was addressing that. Without knowing the terminology only I was speaking. Today the terminology, everything has come. They are telling education 4.0. Those days I don't know what is the education 4.0 and all. So now let us start with this understanding. What is all about learning the knowledge, gaining the, what is knowledge? First of all we should understand knowledge is all about knowing things, information, facts and all the formula, everything you know. The moment if I ask you to write on the paper, you will write. The moment if I ask you to spell out through presentation, you will do. But there is no use of knowledge. Please understand. Knowledge, certainly maybe academician they can talk about something they can earn and they can survive, not for industrialist. So knowledge is not at all sufficient. I mean to say knowledge is not required. I am not telling. Next level of knowledge is demonstrable skill. After this skill is capability, ability. So we need to connect, transform the knowledge in terms of applications, knowledge in terms of demonstration, knowledge in terms of what to say, skills. It should become demonstrable skill. It should become applied skill. Only then the knowledge become useful. Otherwise, knowledge is not at all useful. It is not at all considered to be an effective one or efficient one. So now let us move on to what is all about flipped learning. So the very first, so this is my uh, presentation which I have prepared long back. This is Prezi software. So what is the advantage of Prezi software is we can just click on the element, that alone will be focused. So now if I click on this element, it will become zoomified. So then we can organize aesthetically. So just I want to give an awareness what is all about this software, Prezi software. So this is one of the modern presentation software across the globe. People are using this widely. Almost you can read the article. You just type the internet. PPTs are outdated. PPT is linear kind of presentation. This is non-linear. See how within a minute how much dynamics I am applying. So this is, however, it is preparation is time consuming, and nowadays I don't use. Those days I was free, so I can use. Why digital learning? We need to understand digital learning. 21st century learners and educators are termed as digital learner. The same is applicable for education 4.0 also. If you look at Vedic or ancient education system, I can say, not Vedic, ancient education system. Subsequently, those days people talked about philosophy, why this world looks like this, how river is flowing, where the water is coming out, some kind of exploration. People were very curious those days. So it was totally philosophical, mythological level. Then Buddhist education system, they have come. They started transforming a lot of other stuff, art, something art, dance, these all. Then sage on the stage. A traditional teaching has come. This is what a conventional teaching. So this is called education 1.0. I have slide for that also. I'll come back. This is education 1.0. Next, this also printing revolution happened. Slowly independency of learning happened. Without a teacher, people started learning something. So subsequently, education 2.0, internet enabled teaching, learning. That I will address later. Then digital education. Now, right now we are into completely digital education after lockdown. Earlier, maybe partially. Now we are on 100% we are into digital education. Teachers, you can't sit and prepare notes on paper. Impossible. It is not record also. People wants digital material. People reads digital material. That level we have reached. So today's learners are digital native. So if you look at what is digital native, this is a scenario. Father is asking, "Hi, sweetie," to the daughter. "How was school today?" You can read all about in my blog dot. So blogs, even school level kids started owning their own blogs because it's meant for free. Even YouTube, lot of kids are top earner of YouTubers. Top, even I can say millionaires, if not billionaires, millionaires of YouTubers are available. So that level people reached. So next is another cartoon to the relevant to the today's society. Doctor is doing MRI scan, showing to the patient, your half of the brain is clogged with, clogged means completed, messed up with the password. Other half of your brain is messed up with your username. So that level, even I do have minimum for 50 account, journal account, RSID ID, Scopus account, that so many whatnot. 4 Gmail account I'm having. That out of 4 Gmail, 2 Gmail, 2 are ac.in, edu.in. ac.in, edu.in, not institution account, please understand. That is Google account. It is designed and meant for academics by the Google. 5 years ago or almost 10 years ago, I can say Google given free for entire institution. Nowadays, Google is giving 500 or 1000 mail ID only free. I don't know that exactly. Rest all we need to pay. If you are running a larger institution, you need to pay. So this is what the scenario right now we all are having. So next, what are the phases of digital education? Digital education starts with selection of the material, content. You have different types of material. You have different formats of material. Same topic I can teach through text, same topic I can teach through voice, same topic I can teach through picture, same topic I can teach through animation, same topic I can teach through video. Similarly, for the learners also, how you can learn, you can read and reflect yourself. Every line you can read and think. That is reflective learning. Next, you can animation, you can see something. That is visual. Through visual you are learning. Video, multi-dimensional, multi-channels are working and you can learn. You can do something, simulate, you can virtual lab, you can do and simulate. That is called experiential learning. If you look at, especially after lockdown, people are coming up with a lot of online platforms. IoT, Tinkercad, cloud platform, things speak. Lot of free cloud platforms are available. You can learn anything. Lot of electronic circuits you can learn simulated. Now the time people are exploring already exists a lot of online softwares available for electronic circuit simulation. No need of laboratory, no need to buy a device, no need to buy a component. Multimeter is available, ammeter is available, ohm meter, everything is available. Capacitor, resistor, you can plug and play, you can supply the volt and you can see how it is working. Things are automated, so that we need to select what we are working, how we are working. Then we need to go for creating, organizing, archiving. Creating, combining something, we need to create uniquely or we need to offer. See, none of the slide is my own. I have picked from the internet, I have collected over the period of time. So everywhere I'm creating now, my own flavor I'm creating. That's all. Nothing more is of mine. Organizing, archiving. Archiving means arranging things in a logical order, some systematic order. Then communicating, sustaining, deleting, storing, annotating. Annotating means now here, after, although I am having slide, I'm just doing the annotation, I'm underlining. This is called annotation. Writing something, giving meaning to the context, giving cues, visual cues or learning cues. These all are annotation. Evaluating, finally. Curation, this is what much more important. What is curation is, it should be free from grammatical or English mistake. It should be free from intellectual mistakes. Free from mistakes or error or bugs. Those all are called curated content. When we step into internet, we need to be careful. Which are all curated content, which we should learn, which we should not learn. That awareness we should have. That's it. So this is all about phases of digital learning. So even teacher need to create material in this fashion only. So this is the way phases will work. Now merits. There are plenty of merits. Mainly, it is called evidence-based teaching learning practices. Everything is digitally recorded. See, what is the advantage? The same session, same PPT, if I come and address in your institution, Annamacharya Institute, what will happen? You may not have a high-end camera, you cannot record. Even though you record it, not up to this much quality of audio and video, you need to bring lot of setup. You need to give me lengthy wire or wireless mic for recording. You need to put a battery. So many things you need to do. Now, the very first advantage I can say, the moment we are stepping into online education, everything is recorded. Pakka evidence is created today. What I am speaking, why I'm speaking, everything you people are recording now. So this evidence-based teaching learning is first, that is what achieved. Digitized. Suppose, for example, EC department is filing report to the AICT. You may conduct only 1 hour session. As per norms, I supposed to deliver a session for 2 hours. I can wind up within 1 hour also, but it is digitally recorded. So they cannot produce the video and report for 2 hours. So that is what evidence-based teaching learning practices. Everything is digitized. So when it comes, next benefit, relevant and contextual curriculum is possible. Otherwise, if it is not digitized, what is the, if it is not digitized, everything is printed, people are just printing cost alone, people are not changing the curriculum. It's a fun part, really, because they don't want to waste the resource. Even I agree. See, 100 booklet you will be printing, why to waste? Then it will be circulated to the students or all the stakeholders of the institution. So if it is digitized, periodically we can change. Every year at least we can change. If not, there are several deemed universities, they are changing the curriculum semester basis. Please understand where we are. Not only in India alone, I'm talking, not only abroad. Semester wise people are changing. We are changing 4 years once. So that is where the limitation of the traditional curriculum comes into the picture. Next, student voice and ownership. Now digital learning is completely students ownership. See, if you wish, you can learn. If you feel so it is not at all capable to grasp, it is your problem. If it is traditional, teacher only need to give spoon feeding and interact and come to your desk something. Those days are gone. Nowadays, students' ownership is important. It is your duty to demand the teacher, madam, stop the presentation. This slide I don't understand. Please repeat it once again, or bring some other material. It is your duty, your responsibility. That is called students' ownership. Next, collaboration. Why not? Digital also a lot of collaboration, but we should become equipped with the digital tools and software. So I know 80 to 100 tools which are all useful for digital teaching, online teaching. Explore more than 100 I know. That is where I started after the lockdown. Thousand workshops, more than 3 to 5 workshops, thousand workshops I have conducted on teaching learning practices. I can say proudly, I can say probably before lockdown, after lockdown also across India, I have covered 10,000 teachers, enabling to use tool and software, teaching tool and software, teaching digital way of learning. So that we know only we can collaborate. Otherwise, we don't know how to collaborate. That is another challenge. That is where people may feel handicapped. I am not able to collaborate. The face-to-face learning only useful for collaboration, not at all. Digitally also we can collaborate. So that tactics we should know. Creativity is possible. Still in the digital way of communication, lot of creativity, because the moment I get stuck up, I can surf the internet immediately, I can refer in front of you. It is possible. Higher order thinking skill, yes, it is possible. With the digital learning, everything is possible, but only the thing we should know how to use. That is the final message I can say. We should know digital tools. Education 4.0 also demands knowing digitally, going digitally. They should know digital usage. Next, what is all about education, all related to education 4.0 only I'm talking. That word may not be there, but these all the stuff they are expecting. TPAC. So these are all the framework people coined 2007 itself. What they are trying to tell is teaching learning practices encompass these are all the component. Technology knowledge is required for both teacher also students also. It is for teacher. Pedagogical knowledge equivalent to this for the students framework is called TLAC. Since this PPT I prepared for faculty, I don't use for student perspective. TLAB, the same only here, learning knowledge, the way of learning. First, as a student or as a teacher also, we should be aware of what mode of learning suits for our brain, because brain, everybody's brain is differently configured. You and me are not same. If you look alike same also, you and me are not same. I may be dominated with auditory signal. Anything which I hear may be remembered, understood by my brain. You may be visually domineering person. Anything which you see only may be recorded in your brain. There may be set of learner called reflective learner. They will read and think and take decision. Only then the understanding will happen. So there are people collaborative learning. They should be learning if there is a support. Somebody is sitting and telling, criticizing or appreciating them, or giving when they are going down, low mood, encouraging. They need some support. Or when they don't know something, somebody need to tell. These are all called collaborative learning. So we need to first identify. That is what I am telling. TLAC. TLAC is identifying your own learning knowledge. Nowadays, not nowadays, most of the generation, we are not aware of what mode of learning is suiting for us. If that is our introspector, then we can successfully learn things. It is possible for anyone, anytime. So that it is called TLAC. The knowledge of this is called TLAC. Knowledge of pedagogy, the way of teaching, way of handling students, way of counseling, way of mentoring, way of providing material. There are several styles available. Every word what I'm telling, it is of ocean, it is of domain. So this of education is all about a combination of technology and psychology. Every educator should know psychology. So that is where we can become successful. Pedagogical knowledge. Next, content. This is what the subject which you are studying. Introduction to electronics, introduction to microprocessor, introduction to electromagnetic theory, introduction to digital electronics. These are called content knowledge. So what content you are studying all about is content knowledge. 21st century demands three knowledge domain, both for student also, teacher also. We should be aware of how to know the technology, How many tools we know which is useful for teaching learning practices. Those all matter. Not only the way of teaching learning tool, virtual platforms. Suppose you are teaching IoT, Tinkercad is the virtual platform. Please note down. I will text you in this. Any electronic student, Tinkercad. 1 minute. Tinkercad. So this is a software. You can make use of it for any electronics component circuit connection with the coding, with the sensors. So many things you can do. Sitting at home, you can design at least 500 circuits, I can say. There are several motors. They had given servo motor, several motors also available in net. A lot of circuits available. So that kind of knowledge we should have. So technology without spending money. Normally, your electronic space used to take excuse. Yeah, I am interested to know. I am interested to design lot of circuit, but I don't have money. My institution is not supporting. My father is not giving money. Like that, a lot of excuse. But the thing is ignorance. We are not exploring what are all the alternatives available. Plenty of softwares. I'm telling one such software, Tinkercad. Similarly, lot of softwares, LabVIEW. So many softwares available. You can imitate entire hardware component as such like a physical component. That Tinkercad has Arduino kit. If you want to go and purchase Arduino kit, minimum 3,000 rupees you need to spend. With the Arduino kit, you can't do anything. You need to buy a wire. You need to buy a sensor. You need to buy a LED. Or you need to buy other circuits, multimeter, ammeter, ohm, something you need to buy. Otherwise, you can't do anything. Why to waste money? We can explore with this. We can learn from this. So that is what all about. I'm telling technology knowledge. We should be aware of. There is a lot of avenues, lot of channels, lot of paths are available. We are not aware of that, ignorant of that. So always taking excuses. So that only I'm telling digital knowledge or technology knowledge. So with that, TPAP framework is over. Let us move on to the, yeah, what is content knowledge all about? We should know. This is for teacher. How to give a knowledge of chemistry to the students, what class exercise, how much creative examples need to be given, how careful explanation need to be given. All together, combining these all together is a way of teaching. This is what pedagogical content knowledge. How we are teaching to that particular topic is also a matter. So this encompasses a lot of other matrices. Common content knowledge. This is for students, both for students and teachers. Commonly knowing about that subject, fair idea, having fair idea. If I ask about what is digital electronics, if you tell about very roughly telling 5 component, if you are telling PN diode, if you say few diodes, few transistors, that's all. Next is horizon content knowledge. How much you know horizontally, the breadth of the subject, how much you know. Specialized content knowledge, depth, vertical, rooted. Knowledge of content and the students. This is for students. Knowledge of content and the teaching. Knowledge of content and the curriculum. How this subject is connected to all other subject. This minimum that courtesy both the teacher and students should have. So how each and every subject is connected to all other subject, what relationship it exists. So that is where it comes into the picture. So next point of discussion, content knowledge. Let's move on to the next knowledge. Subsequently, pedagogical knowledge. So this is for teachers, meant for teachers, how to create a context. Content is right. Content will not create any effect unless otherwise we create a right context, a relevant context. So this context creation only makes teachers to become successfully connecting with the students or not. The right context, the moment he or she creates, immediately they can connect with the students easily. Evaluation, action, reflection, experience, these all we need to take care. We need to give the learning experience. We need to make them to reflect. We need to create a lot of activities or actions. We need to put them in actions. We need to evaluate our students. These all termed are in terms of pedagogical knowledge. Pedagogy means teaching to the kids. but I don't know why across India people are using pedagogy. It is meant for, it is called as andragogy. Andra means adult, teaching to adult. We are all teaching to the adult age students. So it should become andragogy, but more or less people are using pedagogy, but it is written in the educational science like that. Technological knowledge, we should know how to use gadget, we should know how to use software, tool, software, resources all together. It is called technological knowledge. So this is what all about TPAC framework model. 1 minute. I have come back. Types of digital learning. Within that, how many learning science evolved, you just look at. Digital learning is a broad category in which it is called flipped learning, blended learning, e-learning or m-learning. These all part of blended learning. Superset is blended learning. These two guys are 1 and 2. These two guys are child of blended learning. What is all about? Let us try to understand. Flipped learning. 1 minute. Wrong tool I have chosen. What is all about flipped learning? This is a word or this terminology or this theme, this philosophy coined by Salman Khan, not the actor Salman Khan, Khan Academy founder. He is the person coined and set this philosophy for his own online platform, Khan Academy. You would have experienced Khan Academy. This is especially famous for K-12. What is K-12 is 12th standard. College K1 is first standard. Abroad they used to call K1 to K12. So this is meant for up to K12, school level education. They will synthesize every smaller topic with audio material, with text material, with the problem solution. It is a kind of LMS, free, open to both teachers also, students also. So he have conceived this idea for his platform in order to promote or set the stage to the world. The very first university flipped learning adapted is 2016 by MEF University Istanbul. They have published a paper, research paper regarding this academic practices. This is what the story behind flipped learning. Let us understand what is all about flipped learning. Flipped learning all about traditional method. Lecturer is lecturing or lecturer will occupy most of the time. Only he will be talking or he will be asking some question randomly or he will be conducting a small activity rarely. This is what lecturing. Traditional approach. All the homework, assignments, all the projects, everything shifted to home. That is where copy culture evolved in India. That the people what they say is we need to flip. Teacher need to prepare the material. That material should sit in their gadget. Before coming to the class, students need to learn that. Then during the class, only interaction, student interaction, student teacher interaction, only activity. They need to do homework, not homework, here classwork. They need to solve problems. Let us see what and all they can do class shortly. So classroom is meant for different purpose. Classroom earlier is meant for giving definition, giving spoon feeding, only content transformation. Nothing more is possible in the traditional lecture. So what is possible with this? Let us look into shortly, not now. Finally, it should become engaged. Blended strategy is only possible. What is blended strategy? They need to remotely teach or they need to learn from the gadget. Then when they come to classroom, only activity should happen. So with this, it is possible to have lot of wonders both for the teachers and for the students. It is possible to achieve a lot. So 1 minute. Flipped learning will give amazing educational possibilities. Only then lot of innovation will happen. Otherwise, a mundane task. Teacher will be coming and transforming what is definition, transforming what is example, transforming what is this, that, formula, writing, that's all. Never we are thinking of application level, both by the teachers also and the students also. I'm telling, system is like that. I cannot say teachers also wrong, students also wrong. The executive body is wrong. That is where national education policy is going to come. Next year, the reformation in the higher level itself going to happen. AICT, UGC, the apex body structure itself going to happen. Slowly things will align. Pillars. What are all the pillars inside the classroom? Let us see. Flipped classroom. Outside of the class, what they can do. You can just read. Outside of the class, they can learn from video, tutorial, they can learn from simulations and games. Inside the class, they need to do project, group or individual problem solving, peer-based learning activities. That is what they are trying to say. Remember, understand, apply. Bloom's taxonomy. Every student should start learning in the remember level. You should not stop yourself at the remember level itself. Nothing it is going to helpful for your life. Please understand. Nobody in the industry for testing your vocabulary skill or your by hearting skill, they will give you a job. You need to understand. You need to apply. At least if you reach these two level only, you can survive in this society. Otherwise, we all will be thrown away. Next, these three levels should happen outside the classroom. That is what Bloom's this flipped classroom advises all of us. Then what we need to do inside the classroom? You need to go for another level, analyzing level, together with your friends and the teachers or anyone. Evaluating level. You should be able to evaluate. You Ohm's law. We are all trying to study Ohm's law. But how it is applied on mixie? Anyone is thinking of that? No. We are using mixie jar at home. How that the mixie is functioning? How the Ohm's law is connected to this? So you need to sit and evaluate for the product basis. Create level. You should be in the position to create some devices, some algorithms, some software, some product. So this is the kind of brainstorming, interaction, kind of intervention should happen inside the class. Coaching to the students, select activity, assess. These are all those stuff. For ultimate purpose, you would have understood. Remembering. Now in the class, teachers are doing how to remember 5 keywords. That is what they are sitting and doing. Then they are making you to understand something. Rarely happens how to apply things. That's all. No one we are raising to this level. So that is what they are trying to eradicate through education 4.0. These all need to be revamped, absolutely to be revamped. So now let us move on to the next slide. Hope so. What is flipped classroom? You would have understood. So next, what is the role of teacher and student in the education 4.0? Create a video lecture, share with students. Your duty, students' duty, watch lecture, prepare questions for the teacher, what to be asked, why you are not understanding, that you all need to work on. That is what self-responsibility. You are responsible for your learning. Teacher is not responsible for your learning. Even though you think the teacher is responsible, throughout life teacher will not come with you. Facilitate and discuss. In the classroom, teacher need to enable students to think and discuss. Think and talk. That's all. These two. Talk is not chit chat. Talking on technology. Answer students' questions. This is what teachers role. Students' role is what in the classroom? Asking question, participating in all the activities, and demanding teachers to help for solving that particular stuff. You need to demand teachers to teach. Teacher may not able to understand what is your need. So it's your responsibility to demand teacher. So now at home, you need to create content in classroom activity. Look at here in the all the lower order thinking skill should develop outside the classroom. All the higher order thinking skill should happen in the classroom. That is what they mean to say. See, look at here, flexible environment, flipped learning or education 4.0. Learning culture. What is learning culture? The moment you step into institution, your mind should revolve towards learning, towards knowledge, towards skills, not on focus on boys or girls or gossiping or fun making. Then life gone. Then intentional content. What we need to focus, relevant, professional educators. So these are all the pillars of what to say, flipped learning. Next, Look at this also. Before class, students should be responsible for learning, remember, understand. That teacher need to support, provide the guidance, provide the material. During class, apply, analyze. After the class, evaluate and create. So these are all the stuff they need to take care. Now, let us move on to the next slide. One more. Almost we have spent. Flipped learning, the big picture. So all in one, whatever we discuss now, all in one. What and all we can do in the classroom. In class activity. See, teacher can conduct think, pair, share, small group activity, students presentation, playing students recorded video. So we can correct them, how they need to do, why they are committing mistake, that all. In the classroom, enables problem solving skill. All the time, what is the sad part is happening in India is both school level also, college institution level also, while learning mathematics, they are not exploring where it is used, how it is useful. That is where engineering, science, technology becoming handicapped. What is science? What is engineering? What is technology? This itself we need to talk about a lot. No one is aware of difference between CSE and IT. They don't know. There are a lot of sad parties available. That is not the part today. Let us move on to this. So in the classroom, teacher and the student should work towards how to understand the mathematics. That is what the role in the classroom. Similarly, in the classroom, teacher need to provide guidance, clarify students' doubts, provide feedback where they are good, where they are wrong, how they need to improve. That is what teacher's role in the classroom they need to carry out. This is what the kind of education it is expected. Teacher need to enable learners to think in the higher order level. They need to enable students towards effective questioning. What, who, when, where, how. Effective questioning skill need to be inculcated. Even students need to come out with your own way. Designing and prototyping. In a college, students and teachers are expected to do a lot of design and product. Laboratory experiments in depth, project-based learning. These are all those stuff expected. Document analysis, peer review, or auditing by the teacher. Why it is wrong, why it is right. These are all the stuff teacher need to spend in the time. Nowadays we are correcting the paper. Just we are distributing. That also we are not distributing. A representative will go and distribute. That level we reached. What to do? Because most of the administrative task is demanded by the teacher. That I will also address how education 4.0 going to address. We need to put our students in the brainstorming, collaborative discussion on real-time example and applications. This is what education 4.0 expects. Let us move on to the next topic of discussion. I don't know how much I need to go for. I will look at and take decision. Next, few stuff we need to understand. Blended learning. When it comes blended learning, it's a kind of these all together. It is termed as blended learning. Face-to-face, virtual, webinar, links, simulation, assessment, one-on-one coaching. All together or partially. Some are all face-to-face and online together. When we are working on it is termed as blended learning. Types. Look at blended learning. It is a rotation model, face-to-face, online driver, enriched virtual model, flexible learning model. You just have a look at it. By this time, you will have a complete understanding. Blended learning is what? Face-to-face, field trip, lab, physical classroom. Attending online classes, coaching, mentoring, collaboration in the community. Through this, you can collaborate. Portal, blog, wiki, chat. There are plenty more software. It is picked from internet, whatever it shows, I am following. Multimedia, video streaming, podcast. What is podcast is, there are several things happening across the globe. Every topic you have free podcast. What is the meaning of podcast is, without even having the slide, people will articulate such a way that you can understand the topic. Just you can listen through your headphone while walking, jog. You can do gymnastic exercise also, but you can listen to podcast. It is possible. Traveling, gardening, cooking, it is possible. You can download podcast for a lot of subjects. You can listen. distance learning, CD or DVD or internet. Next is web-based learning. Anything you learn from the website through web-based learning. Then performance support. These are all the combination of blended learning. There is one more stuff, I guess. E-learning and that's all. With this we stop. Traditional classroom teaching, e-learning and mobile learning. Anything which you attempt through mobile, mobile learning. Anything which you attempt through your electronic gadgets, either laptop or PC or tab. These all termed as e-learning. Then everything has its own exact classification or exact way of understanding definitions. That let us not to worry right now. 1 minute. Yeah, with that, I'm stopping at this presentation because the rest all is meant for teachers. Since you both are there, I wanted to give what exactly I wanted to feed for the today's audiences. That's why I'm slightly 1 minute. Okay, I'm not able to arrange. Okay, let us move back to the next point of discussion, because very exact 4.0, what it is demanding to the higher pedestrian we haven't touched upon. See, integrated multidisciplinary curriculum, what expected for the education 4.0. Project-based learning, skill-based learning, communication, enabling communication, entrepreneurship skills, community services. Mostly it is demanding right emotion, adaptability. So these are all those stuff they are expecting into the curriculum. So nowadays it is available, but batches, it is not perfectly we are doing. Partially, 10 member may be here, 10 member may be here, 10 member may be here, 10 member may be here. Oh, every student need to be part of this. If you are interested, please go and look at Israel education system. They are following exactly this. During their school level itself, they are supposed to run a business. They are supposed to show the profit and the complete business peer cycle. Israel. This is one of the best education system. The deeper understanding of the concept, both by the teacher and learner. Finland. Finland is another education system everyone should be able to read and understand. If you look at Finland, in India, IAS cadre level of knowledge is expected from the teacher. Salary is paid highest to the teachers in Finland. So complete 100% free for Finland citizens for education. They made 100% education free. The quality is also maintained across the globe. Finland education is a #1 education system declared. But I like the Israel education system, then Korean education system. Just explore Japanese education system. Everywhere they are doing this all already. We are just talking today. That's all. Now, what is resilient higher education system? Higher education should become resilient. It should be suitable for their lifelong survival. Students will come out after 4 years. They need to live. Yeah, the moment the students pass out from the institution, after all 21 years old, they need to live at least for another 40 years. Not in the terms of living, professional living, I'm telling. So they need to live for another 40 years in the profession. That should be suitable for them. That level we need to make them to, not for placement, survival of their entire life. For that, we need to debunk long-held orthodox in the traditional academic model. We are all tuned and comfortable to the orthodox model. That won't work out. Build a digital ready institution. This is a culture of the person, I'm telling. This is digital institution level. Reinvent the student experience. Develop multi-stakeholder system. We need to include business entrepreneurs, industrialists to teach and coach to success the set curriculum. Traditional teacher may not able to do everything. Yes, of course, where the content is need to be taken from the teacher need to be taken. Other we need to hire. Orthodox single specialization. What is orthodox? We will say that I am electronics guy. I don't know what is print and input also. That days are gone. Multidisciplinary. We should be good enough in knowing about other branch some extent. Child risk redressal. So next is centralized risk strategy, fixed curriculum. Here holistic development. Then we need to keep on changing, flexible to the suitability of the need and demand of the industry. Digital ready institution. Institution should have smart device or bring device your own. That should become mandatory. Next is AR, VR enabled teaching, analytics based teaching. So this is what the future going to become, education 4.0. Enterprise wide technology strategy, prioritize faculty upskilling, leveraging data to drive decisions. Something need to be taken care right now. The moment we migrate, no, certain things we need to do that I no need to mention. We all understand. If you don't know, we will ask for skill enabling. Somehow it will be into that. Students should be given to this kind of experience, face-to-face collaboration, one-on-one coaching and mentoring, virtual classrooms, e-learning platform. Some proportion need to be figured out for these four components of learning. Next is multi-stakeholder ecosystem. Corporate, organization, government, academia, individual, business entrepreneurs, all need to drive the subject or need to uh, play a role into the part of education. Knowledge, skill, ability, trilemma. So this is what we need to figure it out. Knowledge is, yes, given. Everybody we have knowledge recently. Skill is the matter. That is where going wrong. Knowing about certain thing but not able to do. Not able to comfort, even though you do, not able to present, not able to take it to the next level. These all called ability. So now it's a time to develop this kind of skill. Competency. What is competency is not comparing with anyone, comparing with our own self. How I was yesterday, how I am today, how I need to be tomorrow. So shaping and developing, focusing on individuals' effort and skill is termed as competency. So now leadership of future. What is expected from everyone who say it as I'm the leader. So these are all those um, attributes are expected: integrity, innovation, honesty, active listening, self-confidence, visionary. So this, the moment I address about this slide, it will become soft skill. So time will not be sufficient today. Strong communication, delegation, just tech savvy. So we should become technically enabled. Learning agility. We should be in the need of learning continuously. One time learning, never it will work out in the future. So this is what learning ability. Vanchita. ఇందులో Okay. So if we look at the future is of Internet of Things, so how things are automated, how things are going, we can understand from this one single slide how the future is going to become. Now only we are coming to the point of discussion today. Industry 1.0. Those days they were thinking of the machines, mechanization, mass production 2.0, 3.0, electronics and IT. Education industry 4.0 addresses these all: system integration, simulation, IoT, cyber physical systems, cyber security, cloud computing, big data, additive manufacturing, augmented reality, 3D printing. If at all you are civil, for you the future is 3D printing. Smart construction. It's going to become smart construction. So with enabled sensor, you need to deploy a sensor in your buildings. So that is how the future is going to become. So now see 21st century. The century is also mentioned here. So next, if you look at the job avenues for the digitization, every one of us should able to read this Gartner report. So you look at this. These guys are predicting every 5 years which technology will become upcoming. You just search the internet Gartner report. Everyone, academician, learner should be aware of Gartner report. So that is where we can understand the global scenario. So through this report only we can able to justify what is education 4.0. 1.0, started with the lecturing and the memorization. Education 2.0, internet enabled learning. 3.0, right now we are on the 3.0. Education producing knowledge. This is what we are doing right now. We need to transform, we need to elevate to the next level. Education 4.0, producing innovation. That is called absolutely suitable definition for this. Education 5.0, you will be confused. What is education 5.0? Yes, it is there. Higher order cognition, socio-economic skill. Education, academic intelligence. That is called education 5.0. After internet, Wi-Fi, 5G, only it is possible, not earlier, before it is possible. Practice intelligent practice of acquiring academic intelligence, solving problem, constructing, thinking critically, justifying claim, communicating all the above. This is what they're expecting. Those days, slowly, what is education 5.0? I will address slowly. Now I am stepping into education 5.0. Already it is existing. AI and ML is meant for education 4.0. Next slide is education 5.0. Look at administrative tasks going to become automated. People are, all the edutech companies started developing intelligent tutoring system, ITS. So the moment intelligent tutoring system already functioning, but most of the institution resisting to buy because of the cost involved and the maintenance involved. Intelligent tutoring system. Smart content creation. If you look at smart content creation, you will be surprised. There are softwares available. Netex learning, Crame 101. I'm not sure whether it is licensed or free. What it does is, if you give a book, if you give a chapter to the software, it will give you a summarization, it will give you a flashcards, it will give you a list of vocabulary, what and all with the meaning. What is flashcard? A small piece of information need to be focused by the brain or the student in order to learn thoroughly on that topic. So these are all those stuff. The softwares are available right now. So already these softwares are in performance. Further, people are going to refine, going to bring out smart content. What is smart content? You just explore. It is amazing. You can invest a lot of time on it. I myself given definition, but if you want to know more, you can. Adaptive learning, pace of learning, needs can be fixed in the software. Every students, it will behave differently. Same intelligent tutoring system will behave differently for every student. That is suitability of the learning. Slow learner, something, feeble learner, there are learners available. It will adjust, it will identify, and it will adjust to the need of students. Automated grader going to come. There is no more role for the teachers to sit and grade, wasting time. So chatbot, lot of chatbots are going to become. You know what is chatbot? If you go to many websites, immediately one chat window will pop up. They will be, hi, how are you? I am Daniel here. What do you want? May I know? Something like that. It will come. This is not the human. It's a bot, AI enabled bot. Similarly, chatbots are going to become for every subject. Already it is been attempted, it is worked, and it is available. I am bringing that story shortly. Data accumulation. We need to provide a lot of data accumulation. Chat campus. So connecting the campus and enabling people to think together. Chat campus is going to come. Recommendation system, intelligent tutoring system. It will recommend, if you are reading this topic, what topic need to be studied next. Automatically it will recommend. So what you need to know further, it will give recommendation. Personalized learning. Every individual needs will be tracked and it will be adjusted. Proctoring. Yes, it is possible to monitor through software. Virtual facilitator. Yes, it is possible to create virtual facilitators through software, I mean to say, not by you and me. Right now, I am virtual facilitator, not in that fashion. So through software, it is possible to create virtual facilitators for the students. AI tutors are going to come up. It is already in existence because of cost affairs. Only there are few developed countries, there are few people are using AI tutors. So this is what going to become future, AI tutors. Look at here, integrating education with AI and the machine learning is going to happen near future. Near future, I'm telling you, not even more than 2 years. I'm expecting 48 months. Before that, everything will be changing. If you look at, there are tutoring programs already available, mathematics writing for teaching to the students. Software will teach. Software tries to understand why this guy is not understanding, what method I can attempt next to make the guy to understand. That level software has been developed, but these all are available up to K2 level or school level, K5 level. K5 level, education.com. You just go and explore education.com. This is suitable up to 8th standard. Up to 8th standard, they have brought a lot of stuff. Amazing. Several artificial intelligence things are behind of this platform, education.com. So the way this platform teaches mathematics, the way this platform teaches science, you and me cannot even imagine the way it teaches mathematics. You and me, language also, you and me cannot imagine. Just go and see the software, you will come to know. So no matter, it will be brought to the higher education sphere at any moment. Internet of Things, it will transform the classroom also. It will adjust the visual, experiential cues. So many things going to become. Lot of grading software is going to become. It will give the weightage. It will give unbiased and fairer evaluation will happen. In the real time, teacher one part is biased evaluation, another part is teachers are wasted time into this mundane activity. So next, if you look at IBM Watson Jill, this is IBM product. They are giving the software for any intelligent product development. Already, Indian origin Professor Ashok Goyal at Georgia Tech University, he have created virtual assistants using artificial intelligence to teach artificial intelligence. It became successful. This is one story you can explore. You please look at artificial intelligence. What is IBM Watson's Jill? Humanoid robot. Look at here. There is a robot teaching along with the teacher. Bangalore, there is one school attempted. Popularly, teachers are teaching along with the robot. I forgotten the school name. Yeah, 1 year ago, exactly, viral video it has come. I watched video also. I read that also. You please explore. City only I know. Bangalore. Already one school is doing co-teacher. Robotic becomes co-teacher. This tutor, this robotic tutor is personalized to this guy, suitable to this guy. Already, robot AI tutors are available for differently enabled, disabled student, differently disabled, autism, hearing impaired, lot of AI enabled softwares. Recently, I attended RACE conducted by Ministry of Electronics. 5 days virtual event, RACE 2020. There lot of submission has come for AI tutor for autism children. So this is the robot attempted as a learner. Being a robot, how it is differently learning from a real-time learner. So these are all those research happening across the world. It's going on, it is existing, not the animated or what to say, morphed picture and all. There is, I don't know anything to morph. So what is happening through research paper, through articles only I'm bringing. Robot teacher, robot professor. Future is going to become robot teacher, robot professor. If you want to know more, you read, you watch this video. Already one robot is to the highest existence, to the higher education also. If you wish, you can buy also for your institution. They are ready to sell. Journal publication also they made the individualized education program. NAO, how to pronounce, I don't know. This is that robot. So very attractive. This robot, everybody attracting it seems. A lot of human emotion it is trying to produce through smiling it seems. This is a height original robot I'm bringing. This features specifications. What 20 language it can able to speak. This robot can answer in 20 different languages. So it has human-like behavior, friendly attitude. It can create content. It can teach suitable to the students. It can try attempting in several methodology. How many I don't know. If you suppose, for example, you are trying to learn Ohm's law, it will start teaching to you. If you are not able to understand, you can give the cue to this robot. Then it will try teaching you in different methodology. So that level it reached. This is a robot. They are promising it is useful for primary, secondary, higher education, even for research education, even for specialized education also it suits. So that declaration they are giving. So if you wish, this all you can explore. Role of teachers then for future, how it would be? What is the role of teacher? Teacher's role is to supplement AI lesson, need to manage robot, need to manage track the collaboration, how it is happening with the robot and teacher. Where it is not possible to handled by the robot, teacher need to address. As a students, struggling students need to be taken care by teacher. This is what hands-on experience teacher need to provide. So this is what the future role of teacher. Next, evolution of the employee. This is what evolution. We need to be ready for work anytime, work anywhere, use any device, focused on output outcome. Create our own ladder, customized work, shares information, can become a leader, relies on collaboration technologies, adaptive learning, democratize learning and teaching. This is what the future is going to become. With that note, I'm concluding this topic. Thank you so much for listening. Wish you all success. I will be back in 5 minutes of break. Would like to continue with emotional intelligence that I would be addressing within half an hour. That is sufficient. This is where a technical topic. Please bear with me for another half an hour. So I wanted to have minimum 4 minutes of break. With that, I'll connect with you all. Uh, I'll be back in 4 minutes. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can post there. Hello, sir. Come back to the next session. Are you there? Or yeah, many left. Around 25 members. What happened? Anyone is there or gadget only there?
You are audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just pulling participants, whether they are there or not. Okay. Vanilla ma'am is there. Fine. Yes. Yes. Wow. Yeah, good. So many are there. Super. Then we can continue. So this is a kind of jolly topic. So nothing to worry. It is not all about serious or this kind of topic. So what is emotional intelligence? This is what I think it is animation. Why it is not animating? Yeah, now only it is animating. Several animation not animated. In the earlier slide also, around 3 to 4 slides, I couldn't notice that animated. Yeah, I need to mute all. Someone is unmuted and creating disturbance. Yeah, that's fine. So what is all about emotional intelligence? Radiating love, peace, empathy, harmony. That's all our role. Every one of us need to take a resolution that am I radiating love to my circumstances, peace? Am I creating a peace? Or I am empathetic? What is empathetic? It is different from sympathy. Understanding them in their position, putting ourselves, then taking decision. Harmony. So how much harmony, peace, all are interrelated more or less. I'm not a vocabulary teacher also. So this is what our core purpose of doing. Yeah, when we click on the slide only, it is animated. After that, it is not animated. Yeah, this is what emotional intelligence. Every one of us knows what is emotional intelligence. But doing that, practicing that, and radiating that is a challenge. None of you are new to this word or vocabulary. At least I can say education 4.0. Most of you will be free. Some of you would have heard, some of you may be knowing, that's all. But this, everyone knows part. Being a good human, that's all. After all. Now, for that, the very first mantra for having good ambience, being responsible citizen, the very first is coexistence. I would like to know from you what is the meaning of coexistence. Every word has meaning that is different. How do we perceive? How do we take into our head is next matter. So that only makes to understand the word. Just by looking at the word, nobody can transform. That word should go to our blood, inject the meaning. Only then it will become actualized. It will become performed. So now I would like to know what is coexistence. Any one of you know about it? You can unmute or you can use a chat window. Come on, what is coexistence? No, no answer. No answer also, no answer you can give now. Coexistence. Yeah, I very nice. Live in peace with others also. Very good. Thank you, Nankrishna sir. So coexistence, you are technically and what to say, other skillful topic also you are interactive. Very nice. You are one of the active participant. I'm glad. There are few, you are one among all. Very nice. Now, coexistence, living peacefully, allowing others to live peacefully. That is called coexistence. That's all. We need to live peacefully. We need to allow others to live peacefully. That's all. So when this mantra is violated, only all the conflict comes. When we practice coexistence principle, only then we will get cooperation from the people. With the cooperation, once we get only, we can think of collaboration. So this is what mantra for life, 3 C's of life. So every moment, even at home, if you are living peacefully, allowing others to live peacefully, they will be supporting you a lot. If you are into conflict, quarrelsome, and not respecting your elders, something like that means nobody will cooperate. So for the essence of success, first we need to, emotional intelligence is meant for success only. So the first mantra for success is coexistence. We need to live peacefully, because out of peaceful or positive emotion, our productivity will be doubled. The way we do, it will become efficient, effective. And the negative emotion, anything we do, definitely that would end up with some negativity. So that we need to first follow coexistence. Natural people will cooperate us. Next, collaboration. Subsequently, there are few things we need to hear. Longer duration I may spend. Again, somebody is unmuting. There is no audio also. So anything which we do or achieve in our life, brain is the base. Brain is the medium for emotion, medium for cognition. Cognition is related to thinking and emotion. So what parietal, occipital, temporal, frontal, these are all the major lobes there in our brain. There is a limbic system that controls emotion of every human being. How our emotion is arrived, that has some processing in our brain. Depending upon that, it will be reflected. So physical, it is a physical medium. Brain is the only organ, intelligent organ. All other organs are having intelligence, biointelligence. This is the only organ, controls other organs and having intelligence. So we need to regulate, we need to know about something related to brain. It is worth for every one of us investing some time knowing about brain. Thought is based on our brain configuration. Physical is the medium for thought. From the thought, we can either destroy or we can develop, we can create or destroy. So that is in our thought only, not in our hand, in our thought. Then learning inclination is the key for success. How much we are learning, how we are learning. Learning can happen from book, learning can happen from human. Next is intelligence. Intelligence we need to develop over the period. If you look at, there is a famous intelligence theory, Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. Gardner. So Howard Gardner, he developed multiple intelligence theory. If you look at, we need to identify our own intelligence. Several intelligence: visuospatial intelligence, mathematical intelligence, linguistic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, naturalistic intelligence, musical intelligence, and he says that existential intelligence or ethical intelligence. What are all the other stuff for our existence? We should know the intelligence. So we need to identify our own intelligence. That is where we can become successful, identifying our own intelligences. Based on our thought, learning, inclination, and intelligence only, everyone's personality or attitude is formed. Based on these all only, our aptitude. What is aptitude? We know only technical aptitude. Anything related to our subject which we know, that is aptitude. If you are good at digital electronics, you have good aptitude in it. That's all. So that is aptitude. So next, all together raises to a knowledge level. Everyone's knowledge is dependent on their own thought process, learning inclination, intelligence, attitude, aptitude. Based on this all only, our own intelligence. How thought is transformed to emotion. So if you look at, start. Something you or me, we are seeing. Say when, pick a friend. So it goes to the memory. Pick an emotion card, act it out. So this is what it happens. Finally, it comes here to the spot. So it has something. So the perception only makes anyone to go wrong in the emotion. So whether you are looking at the situation as a friend or as an enemy, controversial or the alignment is happening, that makes anyone to behave properly or wrongly. What is all about emotional intelligence? Managing different types of emotions. We need to understand which emotion will be productive, which emotion will be helpful for the society or for the circumstances, and regulating and exhibiting the right emotion to the ambience. Look at here, feelings could talk. So if we look at this slide, if feelings could talk, how it will talk? Sadness, it will talk through crying. Sadness is exhibited. Loneliness, expecting the connection. Shamefulness, expecting self-compassion. Resentment, anything which feel guilt, that expects forgiveness. Emptiness, it expects something to create. Anger, when it comes anger. Boundary, the person who has a lot of boundary has anger. Anxiety, everywhere, every emotion has polarity and expectation. Two different emotions placed together. Happiness, all of a sudden anger will come. You will be in the happy moment, there is a situation will come, and that would lead to different emotion. Already you will be in sad, happiness will come. This situation will be different. Already you will be in sad, anger will come, then it would be different. So there are several emotional spectrum psychologist works out. I can say, to my knowledge, 300 plus emotions are there. So 300 plus emotions, how it comes is this previous, what is your state of mind, present what you are feeling, combining these two, it will exhibit. What should I do with my life? We need to have this question. What will I not bored with? We need to identify when we will not be bored. The boredom is a main cause for anybody's life. So we need to identify some task without to be bored. Most important, what is the most important things in our life? We need to identify where I am helping people, whether we are helpful to the society or the family, someone at least we should be helpful in a day. So if these three principles we have, naturally your emotion will be regulated, you will be worthful person. Bad reasons to do anything. Why what are all the reasons to do anything? Not a good thing, anything. To be famous, to make money, this was easy method. To meet girls or boys, personal agenda. Because my dad is so and so, I want to be the same. So there are a lot of excuses for us to deviate from the right path. What is all about emotional intelligence? Why it is helpful, why people are talking about emotional intelligence? If you look at the corporate, every corporate, this session is given. All the corporate employee emotional intelligence sessions are given. You can verify. Decreased occupational stress, increased personal well-being. If you are emotionally intelligent, we only will become benefited than others. Increased leadership ability, no conflict, the environment will be very peaceful, rhythm, harmony. So people will be functioning properly, team performance will be improved, decision making will be improved. So these are all the benefit when we are intelligent. What is intelligent? Any conflict situation goes, by the time how we are stable is a question mark. So by the time how do we manage, that is where emotional intelligence will play a role. See how this emotion comes. Emotion plus perception, these two together, biological process of the brain happens. The moment if you look at a snake, then immediately body state is changed. Perception of body changes, fear arises. If we look at the rain, immediately we perceive rainy season means cold will come. That perception will lead to naturally cold. So we are only putting boundaries for every situations, every scenario. So that makes anyone to bound to take some emotion. Look at anger we see on the top, beneath, tip of the iceberg is anger. But underneath what are all? The person may be afraid, The person may be pressurized, the person may be humiliated, the person may be worried or controlled. These all, any one or combination of these all would lead to angerness. So every one of us should have these four intelligences. Physical intelligence, what is good for physical body, what is not good, that awareness we should have, what we should eat, how we need to have lifestyle habit, our habit need to be regulated. Mental intelligence, so that is where emotional intelligence, mental well-being, we need to take care of mental well-being. So the moment we are in the well-being level, definitely intelligence is more. Ultimately, irrespective of the religion, connecting with the higher purpose, higher consciousness, that is called spiritual intelligence. Let us move on to the next quickly. So look at negative energy, positive energy. We have another 10 minutes. I will wind up. I just walk through the slide with the one sentence of talking. What are all negative energy? What are all positive energy? See, look at negative energy will make the tree to become dry. And positive energy will be flourished. So always natural law of expression. Every law has polarity. Love and conscious is a positive polarity. Fear and unconscious is a negative polarity. Knowledge is acceptance of truth. Ignorance is a refusal of truth. So every emotion, if you take it, has polarity, freedom and control. Next, we look at when emotional thing will go wrong. Projecting my own insecurities on others, that will lead to conflict situation. Desperately holding on to my plans, pulling others to come to our plan, still holding on to the past. Past something would have happened wrong with the person. So that holding in our mind and again creating situations or conflict, or in especially this is happening in personal life. Personal life, 1 minute. Personal life, most of the time, what we will do, we will hold the past. We will tell, you were shouting at me, no, that day, so I will take care of you today. I know how to deal with you. Like that we will behave. Self-limiting beliefs, always we limit ourselves. We should not look at this, we should not learn this. Self-limiting. The need for constant validation, always we will be validating something. Fear of uncertainty. Every one of us we have fear of uncertainty, but how much we should have is the question. So if we have too much of fear on uncertainty, future or anything, that will lead to wrong emotion. So there is a famous this is called pseudo scientific experimentation. Masaru Emoto, you can look at the internet also. Masaru Emoto is a Japanese person. He did experiment to understand the emotion. Pseudo experiment. Scientifically, we cannot prove. Doing like this, something only we can prove. That is pseudo experiment. What he did is he started taking a glass full of water, tumbler full of water. So that water he started kept keeping in different rooms, tumbler full of water. He started uttering to that tumbler full of water these kind of words: compassion, thank you, wisdom, truth. You read that all words. So he started talking that all words to that water, and he made that water to be there for a couple of days. Then he started crystallizing ice cube, like keeping it in the freezer. So after crystallization, he started looking into the microscopic lens. This is a kind of structure formed. Look at in our body, how many liters of blood is going. We are, what to say, we are living, I can say some percentage, I'm not sure exactly, I don't want to say wrong percentage of water. Our body filled with some percentage of water. So we are injected with that amount of water in the form of blood. So how much toxication we will be injecting to our body is the introspection we need to do. So this is what the texture formed it since. He did, there is other mm, experiment out of his curiosity. Contaminated water, sewage water. We will say no, sewage water, toilet water, whatever, that water he have taken. That water he started using the negative word and the positive word. Although the water is contaminated water, negative words are giving the structure. If you look at the structure, this itself will make us to feel scary. So that is what. If you look at this structure, It makes us to feel something harmony. So that is what he invented, he produced to the world. So thoughts are having powerful, words are powerful. So everything has its own cause and effect like that. Carl Jung, he says that thinking is difficult. That's why people mostly judge. Quickly they will judge without even thinking. That is where conflict comes. Why this guy is telling like this? Why this guy is behaving like this? He was all right. Today only he is behaving wrong. So maybe something wrong would have happened. So that something like that they need to think. So that only then it is possible to avoid the conflict without thinking judgment is happening. That is where problem comes. So look at attitude is based on feeling, belief, actions. So these three together only makes anyone to behave in a different pattern, different manner. So how the person believes about something. Suppose if you look at, there are persons the moment emotional intelligence started, they left the session. They believe that what is there in this slide, what she is going to talk. I know that all about emotional intelligence. Yes, they will leave immediately. There are people, although I know, let me see what she is telling. It's a kind of time for introspection. Although I know, now I can listen, I can introspect. The person who believes, they are staying back. So it's all belief system to take decision. So next, feelings, actions. So all together only attitude is decided. So one's attitude is depending upon these all. See, look at here from the above slide, that Japanese experiment. If you look at, especially at home, women should play a crucial role with positive emotion. That is where the family well-being will be there. While cooking, how much water the person is touching, how much food item the person is touching. If the person cooks with a positive emotion, definitely the appearance, taste, and the aroma of the food will be different. The person touches the food with a negative emotion, it would be different. So every person's walks of life, it is helpful to deal with emotional intelligence. Although we talk about it is useful for profession, mainly it is useful for personal well-being, emotional intelligence. For that, first self-awareness, self-management. We should be aware of when we are going wrong, why we are going wrong, how we are going wrong. That about ourselves, we should be very, very clearly, we need to have picture. Similarly, we can go for managing. Adaptability, we need to adapt to the situation. Only then this can be avoided. Social awareness, relationship management, we should become cordial uh, words we should use, cordial way we need to behave with people to win the heart. So these are all the few mantras to become emotionally intelligence. So if you look at this slide, Maslow's motivation theory, this is modern motivation theory they are trying to tell. Biological, physical need, one person starts working hard for first biological, physical need. Then the person will be working for safety need. Then the person will be working for long and love and belonging need. If you look at these generation students are directly working for love and belonging because they are fulfilled with this all need by their parents because of being single child or two child. Most of their biological, physiological safety needs are fulfilled by their parents. So suddenly they will go to here, suddenly they will long for this, either Facebook friends, LinkedIn friends, WhatsApp friend, Instagram friends. So that is where the culture is going. People cannot understand why. Maslow said clearly, this need, based on the need only people will function. So today's need is directly belonging need, love need. So they are into that. We should not be stagnant at this place. We need to work for our own self-esteem. How good I need to be. Self-esteem only will make the person to become better. So this is where the self-motivation, self-determination comes. We need to think for our own achievement, our own laurel, our own contribution, our own value. Unless otherwise we work for our values, nothing will happen. So we need to think of our own success, our own famous self-actualization. Once your self is fulfilled, then you will be thinking for others. how best I can help for the society, how best I can uplift my nation, how best I can uplift my family. So we'll think of this. So for this is the motivation success story. You can take it as a fun also or serious also. This is modern motivation theory I have seen in the LinkedIn. I have taken this pic. Nowadays, your needs are internet, Wi-Fi, one gadget, power. This level we reached. Now our needs are for the safety needs. We need to be careful with Google. Every social media watching you, 100% your data is available. Unless otherwise the time is knocking the door, they will not touch. The moment anything need to be traced about you by the government, by anyone, immediately 24 hours enough, or at the worst case 1 month enough. Every pinpoint data about our behavior in the social media will be there. Nowadays, for the job, people are looking at your social media post and your attitude. That level, the industry also had gone. Belonging need, do WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, they are preferring. Esteem need, Twitter. Self-actualization, LinkedIn. I like it. I like LinkedIn. That is where professional connection is possible. Professional people are sharing the professional material. I can say my primary source of knowledge is LinkedIn. Today I can say proudly. The secondary source of knowledge, Google and YouTube. Then nowadays I stopped reading textbooks or any other books. All the books I stopped reading by the age of my 35 to 36 or something like that. After that, no book I am reading. Only this all only I am watching. So if you look at why every generation behaves differently, that is where another conflict comes. Greatest silent generation. When those who have born this years born here, greatest are silent generation 28 to 45, baby boomer generation, those who born. I belong to X generation, millennial generation. Today, those who are all attending, these are all termed as not Gen Z alone available. You are all termed as Alpha generation. Every generation, oh my God, every generation characteristics are different, belief system is different, attitude is different, thinking process is different, their sentiment is different. That is where one generation to another generation, while we are working, the conflict rises. We need to understand each other's generation sentiment. That is where we can avoid the conflict. So just I wanted to bring the awareness, that's all, nothing. So these are all the intelligence. If I talk about this alone, it would take 10 minutes. Let me quickly go through IQ, serial processing. You can learn anything, intellectual stuff serially, bit by bit only you can learn. Left brain, not left brain is left side, hemisphere. This is possible to develop only through learning, no other option. So in this intelligence, once if you acquire, you will be called as encyclopedia. Emotional intelligence, EQ short form. This will happen parallelly. That
Madam,
is
your
going
voice is not audible.
voice is not audible. How about others? The same way only I'm doing. Nothing more I'm doing. Anyone else? Let me put up my video so that internet bandwidth will be more. Anyone
No,
please
it's not
acknowledge. Audible. Okay, fine.
audible.
Audible. Thank you.
So please check your internet connection also, sir.
Yeah, parallel processing. This is right brain. Self-regulation is the mantra for success. This will enable social skill. You can win the people's heart. You will be socially influential person. That's all. You will have a lot of friends, connections, network. That is the benefit. Together only we can achieve a lot than individual. Then spiritual intelligence. Let me stop that. So this is the mother of all other intelligence, I can say. I believe that it's my belief system. What is your belief system? You can do. The substitute for this is psychology, the science of psychology. If you are not believing this, you can understand, learn about the people, think about people. This is people knowledge is about psychology. Look at here, 2020, what they are telling is adaptability quotient. You need to adapt yourself quickly to the change of the environment. That is called AQ. Nowadays, no EQ at all. Emotional quotient, nobody bothers. Adaptability quotient, not even emotional intelligence. Adaptability intelligence only people are expecting. How quickly we are adapting to the change in situation, change in paradigm. That is where the importance comes. This is one of the Western theory, blends holistic thinking pyramid, basic thinking, critical thinking, reflective thinking, creative thinking, interpretive thinking. What is all about is, if you ask question what, that is related to critical thing. Basic is very basic. You know about me, I know about you, you know about the Zoom, go to meeting, that all basic thinking. Reflective thinking. The moment you ask for why question, you started reflective thinking. Any topic which you study, you need to connect with the why question. How question? That is where the research starts. How question only research. You should be able to connect things together today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Only then you can think holistically. So look at here, success of the life. Who are on success? They how what they have the habit. Triangle of success or iceberg of success. If you look at everywhere, staying healthy, sacrificing, good habit, focus, growth mindset. This I will be addressing shortly, but already we are running out of time. I may not find the time to complete it. We need to avoid sleepless. A lot of hard work should go. Meeting targets, determination. So these are all those stuff makes one to become success. Without that, nobody will be successful. So if we look at anxious, what are all the emotion cause for being anxious? These are all the emotion. Embarrassed, these are all the emotions for embarrassed, cause for embarrassed. Hurt, these are all the emotions hurt. We need to go beyond. That is what emotional intelligence. Yes, it will happen. Without that, not possible. But how we overcome this all? Sad. You need to fill up your umbrella of words. Emotional agility, you need to fill up. You need to fix your emotion, your character, your attitude. Only then you will become successful, because nobody else can fix your emotion. You are the boss for your emotion. You are happy. Let us fix with the happiness. Okay, best practice kibbutz. This is Israel community. They will have one good practice. They will start gathering at one place, kibbutz. So you can explore. They will adapt somebody else's child. One day, somebody's child will be child of themselves. So they will be teaching whatever the knowledge they have, whatever the knowledge they have, whatever is my screen is visible. I did something, it is going different way. Yeah, thank you. Um, kibbutz. So they will be teaching their own emotion, their own knowledge to the somebody's kid. So they should, everyone, they need to take somebody else's kid for one day. They need to bring whatever they know about the knowledge or emotion. So this is what survival, relationship, self-esteem, 7 levels of not visible. Okay, ma'am. That is some. That is what I was asking. Something gone wrong. 1 minute. Yeah, that's all. Where I want to concentrate, I'm just this is important slide. Growth mindset. So never ever we should think that I don't have intelligence, I don't have communication skill. My father is from this background. I don't want to be like this. So limiting belief, limiting character, we need to come out. We need to believe that I don't know today, let it be. Why not tomorrow? Why not next month? Why not next year? That belief system we should have. We should think that if not today, it will come to us. For example, if you don't know coding, it won't come for me. Rather than you believe that today, let me learn small piece of information. Tomorrow, let me learn something else better. So always we should have growth mindset. This is a popular psychology theory across the globe. You can explore. Carl Jung, already about that psychologist, I have put one slide. So he is a scientist, Carl Dweck. Carl Dweck is a scientist in brought this theory. Mindset, fixed mindset, always they will have negative belief. Growth mindset, they will try to change their character also. They will be trying to change their intelligence also. Incremental theory. Slowly they will work and they will transform. They will go to the next successful level. So that is where this mindset comes. Closing the door is different. Believing and waiting for something to happen is different. So we are the responsible for shaping ourselves. We need to shape, we need to nurture our thought, we need to shape ourselves. For shaping ourselves, thought is matter, not like this sculpture. We need to nurture our thought. So that nurturing only will make us to become successful. So now, always ego hurts self also, others also. Soulfully we need to live. Soulfully when we live, the person who lives soulfully serves others. Inner authenticity the person has. They will be a gift to the society, gift to the people. They will preserve others. They will look at things inward, internally. They will be feeling connected. They will be eternal. They will be blissful. They will be centered towards love, wisdom. They will be centered towards wisdom is much more higher picture than intelligence. Wisdom is bigger picture. They will enjoy the journey. They will not feel frustrated talking or preparing slide and all. Cause of healing. They will be living wholefully. That's all. Positivity always creates good hormone. You can read about dopamine also. When you are in the good mood, you will be secreted with the dopamine. So always we can achieve with the good emotional intelligence a teamwork. Look at it. In how much over the hurdle, you can cross the hurdle with the support of the team. Always you need to have a good team. Your learning partner, study partner, intelligent partners you should have. So there are so much slide. So finally, law of attraction. With this one word, let me conclude. You need to think that I am powerful. You need to think that my desires to manifest. So every one of our thought is powerful. It will be 5 minutes. It will be manifested, invented. So I create happiness and abundance. So look at here. Yeah, these are all the things. Never we should, during especially our prayer, we should not use the disease name. We should not use any negative word. Especially during the prayer, we should be very careful. Two-dimensional thought, our frequency need to penetrate the multi-dimensional universe. That's all. The moment our two-dimensional thought is penetrated with the multi-dimensional thought, multi-dimensional sphere, you can understand the frequency theory. That's all. Every thought has a frequency and resonance. Until it penetrates with the universe, it will not be answered. The moment it penetrates, it will be answered, both for positivity and negativity. So we need to be careful. It is like emotion or thought is like a kind of giving knife to the child. So that a child is killing himself or herself or killing others is a matter. That's all. So we need to be careful with our thoughts. Every thoughts are responded. Every thoughts are answered. Each and every thought is answered by the universe. Universe is listening to us. So we need to give this. I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, worthy, helpful, humble, blessed, thankful, grateful, unique. We need to annotate these kind of things in our body, in our thought process. Only then we will become empowered and powerful. So one courageous, I'm courageous. One more message I wanted to tell. Quickly go through. See, finally, for our success, what is helpful is how we speak is important, and our body language is important. Not your word, your vocabulary skill is not also required. How pleasingly we are appearing in front of the people. That is where facial reaction, hand movements, head movements, eye movements, body contact. How good we are presenting ourselves is matter. How do we speak is a matter. Please concentrate on these two. Try to change your body language. Look at the mirror. Mirror is the best guide for you to shape yourself, especially full size mirror. If you don't have, buy it and keep watching you. So this is the way we can groom ourselves. Finally, I cannot say these are 8 pillars of success. You should have right belief, right habit, right resource, right mindset, right goal. You need to set the goal. Goal only makes you to become something. Otherwise, you will feel boredom, vacuum. You will not have anything to work on. Motivation, emotion, strength, resources. We should access resource constantly for our success. This resource we need to pick based on the goal. Goal may be different. One of you may be waiting for, then so much slide is there. Let me pick very flip what the last slide. That's all. This is my last, definitely last. So I just recommend a couple of movies for lifetime transformation. The Secret. This is a movie I started watching in the year 2006. Lot of things has changed in my life. I am literally seeing what are all the changes, what are all the success knocking my door. And I may not be biggest successful person, but I feel that every 5 years I am climbing the success ladder much better. So that this is a movie, my life changing movie is this. This is a documentary film. It is available recently. Telugu version is also available, people are telling. It is available in Tamil, Hindi and English. You just type this in the internet, you will get. It is freely available. Next, this is Tamil movie, Positive Parenting, How to be a Good Parent, Satai, a role model teacher. This is also Tamil movie. Tare Zamin Par, this is Hindi movie, this is also role model teacher. Dead Poets Society, this is English movie, heart winning teacher. So these are all few movies, soulfully if you watch, there is a possibility of transformation in our life. Definitely, it is possible. So these are all the 15 books everyone must read in our The Secret. Look at it. Across the globe, that movie is in The Secret, the equivalent book, Rhonda Byrne. So this is the book. He is a director of that movie also. So these are all few stuff we need to polish ourselves. Otherwise, never, if you look at gold or diamond, unless otherwise it is polished or processed, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. There is no growth in it. So we need to polish ourselves. For that, lot of rupture we need to undergo. Lot of pain we need to undergo. Reading the book is painful only, I know. So we need to undergo. We need to change and we need to take it forward. So with that, thank you once again. Thank you, one and all. Let me stop at this point. I think it's more than sufficient for morning dose. So that with that, I thank you all for your active participation. If you have any question, any kind of stuff to be communicated, you are welcome to communicate right now for another 2-3 minutes. Rest all you can leave if you don't have anything to be communicated. With that note, I'm concluding the morning session. After our session is all about technical.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your wonderful session. We learned a lot in the session.
Wow, Nagprasad sir, yeah, very nice. You have given very big comment. Topics feel me to think and explore myself. Please share this information. I do want to plan a brainstorming session to my colleagues and students with your permission by exploring all these essential contents delivered by you. Thank you. Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, I will give you. Don't worry. Yes. Very good, sir. Nagprasad, sir. I am quenched. At least couple of people are listening. Couple of people are gaining out of it. So that my wish is fulfilled. If not all, couple of members need to take it forward. Few seats are enough to build many plants. So at least I find that from this group, I can find some seeds for nurturing others. Yeah. Anything else anyone wanted to communicate? Yes, if there is no, let us wind up. I also leave from the session. Have a nice lunch. Take care. Thank you all. Bye all
Thank
of you.
you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.